Hey everyone, my name is Candice Miles, but I go by Coach C, and I am the CEO and founder of No Gap Consulting, where I empower the next Black, Millennial, and Gen Z women who are brand new to the leadership lane with not only the confidence that they need, but the resources, the skill set, and the real talk for them to know how important it is for them to hop into the driver's seat of their career early on, not later, early on. Hence, that is why we are in the car. But I wanted to come on here really, really quick to discuss about leadership philosophy. Last week in the Girls Career Road Trip Tips of the Week, I finished out my whole three-stage roadmap where I provided a 18-month strategic outline for new leaders on areas that they should focus on so you don't feel overwhelmed. I don't know about you, but for me, when I got into leadership, I tried to take on so much so soon where I wish I had something a little bit more structured to eliminate some of that pressure. That is what my three-stage roadmap is. But I wanted to really come on here today and to talk about how creating a leadership philosophy is just like putting on your favorite outfit. I know you're probably like, Candice, what are you even talking about? Leadership philosophy is something that no one really thinks about when it comes to becoming a leader. Philosophy, if you just think about that word, that is basically like your rule of thumb of what you stand on, and it keeps you grounded. It really helps you stay authentic to yourself so you're not getting into that whole imposter syndrome. But I wanted to come on here and let you know, like, when it comes to your unique blend and your style, this is what's going to help continue to, again, avoid that imposter syndrome, but also to set you apart as a brand new Black millennial woman or Gen Z who is brand new to the leadership lane. Having a clear philosophy is so crucial, excuse me. That's so crucial. So let's go ahead and let's kind of deep dive into this. My first step is your wardrobe essentials. This basically is you self-reflecting over your past. If you think about, I don't know if you've seen this video, but there's a video of Steve Harvey where he's on Family Feud and he's giving advice about 5 suits and 6 shirts you should own. And the 5 suits that he said is that you should own a black one, a tan one, a brown one, a navy one, a gray suit. And then you should own two white shirts, two cream color shirts, and two powder blue shirts. I'm going off from memory here. I believe that's what he actually stated. But basically, that combination of just those 5 suits and those 6 shirts can make 75 unique combinations. That's just like your outfit. When you start your whole wardrobe with those essentials, your philosophy, your leadership philosophy begins with that self reflection. Look back over your core values that may be those suits. Look back over what are your strengths that may be those cream colored shirts, and your beliefs, which I'm a shoe person. So let's say your shoes are your beliefs. But those things help you when it comes to writing your own philosophy. That is your basic foundation that you should start thinking about as you are starting to think about your whole leadership philosophy. So some of the questions that I asked myself when I was thinking about that was, what activities or situations make you feel genuinely fulfilled and satisfied? That question alone gave me the opportunity to really to reflect back onto the moments of my life where I felt truly content and accomplished. And what was I doing? Like, I was thinking about when I went back to the pivotal moments when I was graduating my senior year in high school, and I had 3 goals where I wanted to be a homecoming queen, MVP for my district when it came to basketball, and honor and graduate with honors. And I achieved every one of them, and it made me feel so accomplished to have those accolades. And what that let me know, like, even those 3 things, is that one of my values was growth. One of my true core values was always about growing. And just because it looked that way at that season in my life, it looked a little bit different as I got older, but my core value has been growth. That is something I truly, truly stand on. Another question that I would ask myself is, when do you feel your most confident and capable? Identify a situation where you excel effortlessly, whether you are solving problems, you're helping people out, you're leading a team. Recognizing exactly what your strengths are provides you insight to your natural abilities. Earlier today, I posted on my IG page at No Gap Consulting, that little plug right there. But I posted on there how DISC and Strength Finders, Gallup Strength Finders, is a great personality assessment test to take. Strength Finders, they do have a book that you can read, but also too, there's an online assessment that's about $56 for you to take, but it provides you what your strengths are. It's like 32 strengths, I believe. Focusing on the top 5 strengths, because those are the top 5 strengths that you naturally do. And that can be like your starting point if you're unclear about, oh, I don't know what my strengths are. Taking that will give you an idea and allow you to actually research it a little bit more in depth to see exactly what that is. The last question that I would ask myself would be about what principles or causes was I deeply passionate about? Because if you think about it, if you take your leadership hat off, you're just like, when I take my leadership hat off, I'm just Candace. I'm nobody else but Candace. So what are some social things that are important to me, some ethical issues, some environmental issues that really stroke my emotions? Like, I'm not stroke, but evoke my emotions. What are those? Because those are my beliefs. Those are those convictions in those areas of my life that really relate to my core values. So again, like I said, I am a Black leadership coach. I love that title because what it is me sitting there saying that I'm coming in, and not only am I helping the next generation of Black women to begin to see more representation in the senior leadership levels, but also to the Black leadership is also to start to eliminate some of those women actually leaving different corporations because they don't feel psychologically safe, and educate other cultures how to actually coach us the way that not the way that you think that we want to be coached, but to coach us the way that we want to be coached. So those are just some questions. If you are having like a hard time kind of just thinking about how am I going to craft my whole philosophy, start with self-reflection. The next one that you want to think about is your whole experience when it came to learning. I like to call it, I'm sorry, not really a whole experience when it came to learning, but you really want to, you really want to think about that. Yeah, you want to think about the experience when it came to learning. I'm sitting here tripping. But as a fashionista, as you can see, and when I do layer up, I like to layer up and have a little bit of sexiness. I'll say that. But that's a part of that. It's a part of my fashion. Sometimes when I'm feeling a certain way, I do like to really tap into my femininity when it comes to that. And that is when it comes to your leadership style, you want to think about what makes you uniquely you. In leadership, it's all about learning from your experiences, but blending that with maybe your education background. If you went to school, take that, what you learned, and blend that in there. If you have mentors, whether it's professionally or personally, take from what they actually provided to you and mix that in there. And if there are any past roles that define your style, all of that combined helps you identify exactly what were those experiences and what you learned from it. So that's the step 2 when it comes to your leadership philosophy. Moving on, thinking about some accessories. Just think about this. If I tucked in this necklace where you could not see it, and I took off an earring, and I just went this way, I'm just going to turn this way. it changes up my whole look versus this way, where you can see my earrings and my necklace. Let me pull that back out here. But you get what I'm saying. Like when you take something off and when you just add some simple accessories, it brings this certain bling to you. And that's the same thing when it comes to accessorizing your leader, your philosophy. What are some inspirational or some mantras that you can add to add that additional bling? Who is it that you look up to? One of my favorite inspirational quotes is from Denzel Washington about failing forward. And that's it. Fail forward. I mean, there's more to it, but it's like fail often. I can't even quote it right now. I don't know why I'm sitting there thinking, but you guys get it. That's one of my favorite inspirational quotes. That's that extra bling to add into my whole philosophy, because what that does is, depending on what inspirational quotes that I actually do like, that lets you know my style and who the depth of my leadership style. It shines a light on my approach based off of who am I taking my inspiration from. So when you have step 1, which is self-reflection, when you have step 2, which is experience and learning, and then you have step 3, which is those inspirational quotes and mantras, now you are at the point where you can move into step 4 to actually craft your philosophy statement. Your whole philosophy statement is just like you put in everything on: your accessories, your earrings, your shirts, your blouse, your rings, if you have them on. All of that is literally how you should think about it when it comes to building your philosophy statement. It helps you define your mission, your vision, your values in leadership, but it makes you bold and meaningful. And I say that because it allows you to step boldly into who you are authentically and the leader that you want to be, and that you have meaning behind what you do. You're not just out here with that title. Yes, you may have the title, but you're more than that title. So one of the things, so for me, my leadership philosophy, what I wrote is, just to give you an example, I believe leadership isn't about climbing the corporate ladder. It's about lifting others up as we ascend. My mission, my mission is simple: to serve and uplift my community. I want to help others and not just survive, but thrive, guiding them toward their dreams. My mission is to serve and help others, ensuring no one is left behind in pursuit of greatness. My vision, I envision a world where when everyone I encounter reaches their desired destination, whether it's in their career, personal growth, or spiritual journey. I am committed to being a beacon of support and encouragement. My values that I have: growth, because life is about constant evolution. I value the process of learning, adapting, and growing together. In every challenge, there's an opportunity for growth, and I'm here to navigate those challenges. Family, they're my roots. Family isn't just blood, it's the community I build with the bonds that I create. I honor the strength and support found within my family, both biologically and the ones I chose. God's will. I trust in the divine guidance, recognizing that I am a vessel of God's purpose, and I strive to align my actions with His will, bringing light and love to those around me. And lastly, creativity. My unique gifts and talents are keys to unlocking endless possibilities. I celebrate creativity and innovation, encouraging everyone to explore their passions and talents fully. If I don't tell you, this right here, when I came up with this is who I am. And this is who I was before I even wrote this on paper. I remember being a leader for the very first time. And one of my coworkers at the time, I had really helped them get into a trainer role that we didn't have at that time, by bringing them in and having them kind of co-lead training with me, which eventually moved them into being the lead trainer. And I remember one thing that they always used to say is that Candace is the step ladder to get you to where you want to go. And that's the same thing that I do today. So understanding that your philosophy, it helps you stay grounded, but also to, like I mentioned before, to avoid that imposter syndrome, because when you know what type of leader you are, your integrity when it comes to making decisions, when it comes to motivating your team, when it comes to setting goals, as I mentioned earlier, all of that, you stay true to yourself. Even when you need your reminder, that's what it's for. Once you come up with, moving on into step 5, once you come up with your philosophy, the next thing that you want to think about is you want to share it. Let people know that you know what type of leader you are, that you went the extra mile to create your own leadership philosophy, and this is what you stand on. Let your peers know. Let your team know. Let your boss know. Let other bosses know. Listen, this is my leadership philosophy. Here you go. This is this is a representation of who I am, because I guarantee that ain't nobody else in your job or in your department creating their own philosophy and saying, hey, this is who I am. So this gives you an opportunity for you to hit that runway. This is a runway moment. Think about that. You have your outfit on and you are on the runway, and everybody is about to see what type of leader you are. And my last step is that embody your philosophy every single day, even those days that you don't want to show up, because living your leadership philosophy, your team will see that. But most importantly, girl, that's your secret weapon. That is your secret weapon, as I mentioned to you before, in your tough times, but it's also to your secret weapon with your whole guide, your North Star guide when times are going good. But it's who you are. Being authentic to yourself, it exudes confidence and success. So you probably wonder, okay, Candace, you went through this whole step and I still don't know why it matters. Listen, it matters because it's essential as a Black millennial or Gen Z woman that's brand new to leadership. It is your style statement in your professional or your corporate or in corporate setting, defining exactly who you are as a leader. It guides your decisions. It also to let you know how to motivate your team, but it helps you set expectations. If your whole leadership philosophy tells the world who you are and what you stand for. So that is it for me. I really just wanted to come on here really, really quick to talk to you and let you know exactly about why it's so important for you to create your leadership philosophy. Don't miss out. This week, I am continuing this whole girls career road trip with my weekly update with leadership tips just for you. All right. Bye.